Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. This is an interesting video. This is an interesting video. The topic is interesting to me. I don't know if it's gonna be interesting to y'all. It may rub some people the wrong way, but hey, look. Sometimes you gotta step on people's feet to get them to realize what's really going on, right? So, first off, shout out Coach Hayes. All right, shout out Coach Hayes. Did a live show today. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to call in. I've been working today, trying to get to location to stop. So by the time the broadcast was over, I was still working. But anyway, he has a caller call in. Studio One. From the phone conversation, seems to be a cool guy. Heavily invested in Chinese soccer. But he said, man, let's get down to it. Topic of the day was basically should Josh Gaddis have been fired, or should the process been, dragged along as it was dragged on? And who would you want as offensive coordinator? So I'm sitting back, I'm riding, I'm listening. And so he says, I'm paraphrasing, basically, I'm tired of the same recycled names, the Dan Mullen, James Coley. I want some new blood in here. And so I told y'all the man is heavily invested in Chinese soccer. I didn't know where he was going to go when he said new blood. And he said Leonard Hankerson and Kevin Beard. Not for wide receiver coach, but for offensive coordinator. He gave his reasons why. But let me back up a second. As soon as he said Leonard Hankerson, I can only speak for myself. In my mind, I said, man, this dude crazy. Man, ain't nobody about to hire no Leonard Hankerson to be no offensive coach. Man, what are you talking about? And I said right then and there, I said, oh, man. It made me think about a story that I read in a book about, it was this guy. It was two stores across the street from each other. It was a black guy that owned the store. It was a white guy that owned the store. Both of them had ice for sale. Both of them had ice for the same price. Customer pulls up, black customer pulls up. He says that the price of ice at the black guy's store was too much. So he goes across the street and buys the ice from the white guy. Same price. Drives off. Day or two later, store owner asked the guy, said, man, why you buy the ice over there, man? I got ice over here. He said his ice is colder. His ice is colder. And so they like, well, y'all probably like, Sean, what does that mean? Let's not do this race thing. Like, no. I want to paint this picture. I'm gonna use some examples in this video. I want to paint some pictures so you can understand where I'm coming from. You see the thumbnail. Got Leonard Hankerson. Got Joe Brady. And I'm gonna use one more example, and then we're gonna get to it. So bear with me. One of my favorite movies is Gone in 60 Seconds. Nicolas Cage. Favorite scene in the entire movie, right there at the end. Nicolas Cage finally gets to Shelby, Eleanor. Think it's gonna be smooth sailing, and then ish hits the fan. Obviously, when he goes under the bridge and outruns the helicopter. Absolute favorite scene in the movie. But you know what's another favorite scene of mine in the movie? It's towards the end of the movie. The detective has the bag. Because remember, if you watch Gone in 60 Seconds, and if you haven't, I'm sorry, I'm spoiling some of the stuff for you. He sweeps some light bulb, broken light bulb into a bag for evidence. And so he's pondering on it. And so he flicks the bag, and then he realizes, wait a minute. This is a light bulb for a black light. And so we know what a black light is, right? You can write stuff in a special marker, and it's only visible under a black light. You have to shine the black light on it. And that's what Coach Hayes did today with Joe Brady's resume. Coach Hayes took that black light and said, ooh. Because if you watch the movie, he's sitting up there looking at all the cars that they had earmarked to steal. That's what Coach Hayes did today. He put that black light on Joe Brady's resume. And let me tell you what Joe Brady's resume is. It's mid. It is mid. And I said, oh my goodness. His resume isn't any better. Again, let me preface this. Pre-LSU. You know what? F it. Even now, his resume ain't no better than Leonard Hankerson. And man, I thought about the excuses people gave when he couldn't cut it at Carolina. They said, well, man, he just can't call plays in the NFL. Let's drop a bag on him, get him to come back to the University of Miami. He ain't got to recruit. Mario's going to do all the recruiting. And I said, man, let's go backwards, pre-LSU. What would have been the mindset if Manny Diaz would have said, you know what, let me go over and hire this guy from LA, from the Saints. We would have been on Manny Diaz's head so hard. But then it works out. Superstar talent, but it works out. And all of a sudden, Joe Brady is the best offensive coordinator in college football. He's like, I was listening to somebody said last night, it's like they're a pretty girl that won't date anybody. I'm a pretty girl that won't date anybody, right? Not dating any of you college things. I want to leave my collegiate legacy intact. Now, I'm not making this video saying that we should hire Leonard Hankerson. I'm not saying Leonard Hankerson should be considered for the offensive coordinator position. What I am doing is trying to bring home that a lot of y'all don't care about no doggone resume. And I'm gonna tell you another guy that we were talking about, Liam Cohen. I looked at Liam Cohen. I did like Coach Hayes. I put that old black light on Liam Cohen resume. Trash. Now, Liam Cohen, he worked underneath Sean McVay, right? Then he got the Kentucky offensive coordinator job under Stoops. Went back this year to the NFL to be the offensive coordinator, and now I think he ended up coming back to the University of Kentucky. Now, what is one thing that I've noticed about Kyle Shanahan and Mike and Sean McVay's coaching tree? That's the popular tree right now. Leonard Hankerson is technically a branch on said tree. And so going back to what Studio One said, even though I don't feel like there's enough time to actually install an NFL offense in college, especially if what TVD probably be graduated. TVD, he's been here long enough to be going to grad school, right? So I think you need that type of situation where you got the quarterback that has a tremendous amount of time to sit there with the coach to really learn the offense in and out, right? But Leonard Hankerson is just as qualified for offensive coordinator job as Joe Brady and Liam Cohen. Now, I will say this. Leonard Hankerson has only been a wide receiver coach for the 49ers, I think since last year. So he hasn't been there long enough. I don't know how quick of a learner he is in terms of said things. But I will say this. For you to be nabbed as a wide receiver coach for one of the best offensive minds in NFL, there's something there. And I'm going to close the video out because I said I'm stepping on toes. Ken Dorsey resume. Trash. What was said all off season? Man, y'all talking about Ken Dorsey is being looked at as being the offensive coordinator in the NFL, and you telling me he can't be a offensive coordinator right here for the Miami Hurricanes? Man ain't never called a play in his life. Neither has Leonard Hankerson. So why was it so it's cool to take a shot at Kenny to to come do that. But nobody, you don't look at Leonard Hankerson the same way. But I know why. The ice is colder. But anyway, man, I'm out of here. What else I gotta say? I ain't got nothing else to say, man. Like, share, subscribe. And it's all about the you. And if you haven't watched Gone in 60 Seconds, go watch Gone in 60 Seconds. And if you haven't watched Coach Hayes' breakdown today, please go back and watch it. Someone needs to earmark when Studio One called in. I hope you watched the entire show, but please listen to that particular piece and get back with me. I'm out.